I be trading. Nothing I'd rather be doing than trading. Might have forgot today, but I am trading. So let's go for the first trade of the day. It was Walmart. Actually, no, let's not go to the first trade. Let's see what had the most flow. Walmart looks like it has a great amount of flow. Let's look at C. No flow here. CVX. That's got flow. That's the 17th. Today's the 18th. No flow. Intel. 18th. No flow. Mark. That's got great flow. Uber. That's got good flow. I think between Mark and C. I think Mark has the best flow. Uh, yeah, he had. That's the greatest flow. So we missed it. We got it on the counter, but it looks like we missed it. So let's go to what we traded. We traded Walmart. That was our first trade of the day. Walmart, we're looking at Fab 4. We got a red bar in position 1. We know we can take that. We missed the first bar. We missed the second bar. That would have been the color change to get in right there. We got in on the third bar. And then it went completely against us, which is understandable because you're looking at 3 bars to 5 bars before it changes direction. So we got on the third, it changed, went against us. And then the next best position would have been right here on the color change or the bear 180. Sell into that. If you would have sold into that, rode the 8, that would have been the move. That's not what we did, but that was the move. So we're getting better. We're spotting. Our spotting's on point, but we just have to spot while in the play. That makes all the difference. That's the difference between profitability, career, and play. And we need career. So, the next opportunity we got in was a color change down here. We got in a color change down here. We got out quickly. And the reason we got out quickly is because the move had already made there. And we looked at it as first leg, sideways movement, second leg. It was going to get out. So we got out. Let's say it pulls back all the way up to the 20. Then we get this tail bar. I think that tail bar is takeable. Set the stop on top. Ride that till new lows right here. Get out. That's a short trade, as you can tell, but that's just what it is after a large move like that. You're just looking at new lows. And we get another tail bar again. That gives us an opportunity to do new lows again. Get out new lows again. I don't see an opportunity to get in here. I mean, one could potentially say that tail bar, but I just don't see it. And I think you might get knocked out, but you could potentially say it, set the stop, new lows. get out. But really the 20 is flat, so it's going to oscillate, or however you want to say it. It's just going to go between those two states, and we're waiting for a position where it respects it. Is that a position where it respects it? Nope. Now we can say, hey, this is an elephant bar. This took out all of this. And if we look back, that's bigger than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10 bars in the red color. So take that sell, set the stop above it. I'd say get out. It's a little far away from the 20. Gives us a nice position to get out. It's flat again. I mean, maybe you could play that up, but it's not off of anything, so I wouldn't really play it up. I'd play this one down because it's off the 20. It's clearing. It's an elephant bar. But that's the end of the day, so that would be a move that you could take. Next move is going to be Merck. So this one had flow for the day. If you look at it, here's the Fab 4. Even better because we have the previous day's close in between with the 20, with the 200, with the price, and a downturn right here. Wrong color. But as soon as we get a color change right here, that's the sell. And if you don't want to take that color change, you could look at this as a downward indicator right here. A tail bar, really. Just erase that wick on the bottom, so a tail bar down. So that's the sell right here. Let's just for now stick with the color change of the mini bull 180. And you have the 1, 2, 3. Get out right there. Leave a lot. See what it does. And I probably would get out because that's a 20 MA catch or halt. What we ended up doing is we saw a bull 180. And that first trade was a loss. We wanted to make up for it, so we bought a lot into the bull 180, and then we got out real quick as soon as we could cover. Now, I can't say I advise that, but that's just what we did just to make up for our loss in that first trade. Getting more accustomed with sizing, that's something we need to do. So I don't think that's how we want to use size moving forward, but that's just how we used it in this instance. It went against us, but going at it again here would have been a perfect position to go at it again, and then trying to get to the 20. And then once we got within it, again, it looks like we got a 20 MA halt. And let's see if it respects the 20. It seems as if that 20 isn't holding up so strong. It's not angling like a 45. It's kind of dwindling down. So I think it's going to go down. That would have been an elephant bar. Combine these two bars. Elephant bar, clearing. Set the stop right here. After a big move, we usually anticipate getting other big moves. So let's see what happens. Looks like we got another big move, but let's say this is the first move. We cut it in 50. We cut it in 1/3. It got to 50. We do a color change here. Since it's 50, we can expect new lows. So we did get new lows, so you can take profit at new lows. If it was 1/3, we could expect a lot more. And then we keep riding, and then we get another, I'm going to say, color change. I'm going to consider that a color change because that's red. Or we can consider it an elephant. No, a color change off of a 20. But this 20, I don't believe in it too much. So let's see what it does. Oh, wow. The reason I didn't believe in it too much because I just didn't see it curling up. But as we stayed with it, it curled up and it got to that 45-degree angle. And as you can see, it's still at that 45-degree angle. And keep in mind, after a while, we probably would have got out of this one. One push, 2 push, 3 push. Probably got out of it here, left a lot. Let's say it's curling back. But since this is a 45 angle, we're going to buy into it if we can. That gave us the opportunity to buy into it right there. And that's what we ended up doing. We bought into it, we held it, and then it went against us and we got out. That happens. We were hoping we'd go to the 200, maybe even break the 200, but that's not really what we ended up doing. What I ended up doing at that point is I saw this, so I tried to sell, and I considered that an elephant bar or a crash play into the 20. And then I sold more here as a color change. The stop should have been right here. I didn't really stop it right there. Had I stopped it right there, it seems as if it would have turned over. It seems as if the stop would have been held right there. It would have turned over in its own right and been a winning play. So just holding that stop is important, especially if it's the right play to be in. Next stop's going to be Intel. Intel, this, not too sure how to look at those right now. To me, that looks like a bar that's indifferent. I mean, it was all the way up here, and then it went all the way down there, so it crashed down. But if you only look at the body of the bar, you could look at, hey, this is a green bar takeout. and this kind of went up here at that point. So not really 100% sure how I want to play that right now. I will look at this and say this right here should have been a elephant bar that crashed into support. That's a large bar. After a large bar, we know more large bars are typically associated to follow through or to come next. It doesn't come immediately, but we get a color change right here. And then, and we were savvy enough to get in it and get out quick, but we should have got in way earlier. And we would have had more meat on the bone. That's just not what we did. So this could have been right here, a bull 180. I don't know if the next bar would have knocked us out. Looks like it would have, but if you had a 2-bar stop, let's say, you would have had, it would have had gave you enough room to stay in this play, and that would have been a nice little ad right there. And then we have the 1, 2, 3, and then we have the bull 80, and then we can play it down. And then we're in a position of power, flat 200. We could play this color change right here, and then ride that up. And I would look at that as a large bar, set the stop. Let's see what we do if we get anything. That might be one too many bars to hold it, so get out. Yeah. Do you want to play that? I'm not too interested in playing that. And the reason being, I feel like the 200 is flat. Looks like that was playable. The 20 was trending, or the 200 was trending like a 20. And if you get a flat, if you get a move off of a 20, it's takeable. So that's takeable. I just don't have a rule for that right now. I would say this is a sell right here. That's a rather large bar. If you could take it out here, that's a sell. Large bars follow more large bars. Get out. Probably this right here constitutes a sell. Comes back, sell more. Let's go to C. So C, here's the Fab 4 right here. That's a rather large green bar, but it's followed by a tail bar, and this breaks through the Fab 4, so you don't really know what to do with this one. I think it's best to ignore that because that should be exhausted at this point. So it doesn't really matter what it does, it should be exhausted. Now the next play I tried to do is exhaustion like This, no, it doesn't give you the real sign that that's a play. I tried to play since the previous day close was under the 200. I tried to play off the 200. And I think the better play here is not when it's close. Well, I mean, I think that's a good play. It just didn't work. I tried that one. I could have tried that one. This one eventually worked, but it was closer. It was when the 20 got closer right here. And then this right here would have been a bull 180. And this right here, we tried this right here for a bull 180 as well. We just couldn't hold it for so long, and we just didn't want to hold it for that long. That just is how it was. As soon as we got out, it went down. But you get a better play right here. I'd say a bull 180 right here. And that's the 200s acting like a 20. The 20 is kind of going up. You get a nice little move. 1, 2, 3. Get out majority of your shares. See if you have a move down. It looks like you don't. Get another play right here. Get out. This time you get a bull 180 right here. Probably play it back to the origin. Then you get a tail bar right here. Previous resistance. That's a nice move right there. And you could have played this bull 180 right here. And play that down to there. The next one we played was Uber. And Uber, this bar right, well, first and foremost, here's the Fab 4. This bar maybe looked as a tail bar, but it's not a position 3, so we're gonna ignore it for now. I think you could play this right here because the Fab is like right here. So you sell this on a color change, ride that down. There's the whale that you're looking for. You want to get out or ride the 20 however you see fit. Breaks within the 20, or you could look at tail bar right here, but breaks in 20. Color change right here. Set to stop. See if it's able to ride that. It's not. 20 looks flat at this point. Might want to avoid it. See if there's anything else better out for you. Yeah, might want to just avoid that one. So it's like we sold here. That would have been a nice tail bar to get in. We didn't get in till here. Saw the color change here. That's a large bar. After large bars follow. More. And then we got out right here at the end of the day. The other one that we didn't cover was CVX. Got no trades in it, but let's see what it's looking like. 18 fab. I mean, if you wanted to include it. So you're not really covering that, not covering that. You might cover this tail bar right here. Set the stop under. Let it ride. Get out. Color change. Nope, doesn't work. Get out. Flat 20. You don't have anything. Flat 200. Flat 20. That's a big bar. Buy into it. Big bar. Big bars usually follow. There's another big bar. 1, 2, 3. I'd probably get out. Tail bar. Color change. Keep in mind, red goes faster than green. Bull 180, perfect position. Flat 200, letting it ride. And that's the end of the day. So that's everything we got for the day. Till tomorrow.